Welcome back. Now, I'm wondering why this is not being talked about more because it seems like this is something that would get people very, very excited in sprint car racing, and that is having basically a winged sprint car speed week through the state of Indiana at some of their best racetracks, including 3/4 miles that don't get to see winged sprint cars all that often when it comes to the 410 variety, right? I've kind of heard about this and haven't seen much online until the last 2 days or so because it's starting today. But Maverick Wing Sprint Car Series and the IRA Sprint Cars have come together for a co-sanction to host Maverick Mayhem in the state of Indiana at 4 racetracks. It's going to start tonight. So if you're watching this right now, either it starts today or you may have already missed it. You've missed the first day at least, but the first night is today at Lincoln Park Speedway in Putnamville, Indiana. And then it goes on down the road the next day to Bloomington Speedway, the next night at Tri-State Speedway, Hobstadt, Indiana, and then it ends things off on Sunday at the Terre Haute Action Track in Terre Haute, Indiana. Now, I'm putting this video together because so many people ask for, touring series to come through Indiana and have a speed week there because there's just so many great racetracks there. You could have, we already see it with Indiana Sprint Week, right? With the non-wing cars and USAC, but people have been asking for wing cars to come through there and do sort of the same thing, and we have that now. Now, I really hope that the fans come out and support this because this is a really, really good field of cars. I just saw online that they've got over 30, maybe even 35 cars that are going to follow the entire series, the whole 4-race schedule throughout the week of Indiana. So that is absolutely crazy to have that many people ready to go for a full week of racing. 4 days. It's nothing like Ohio Sprint Speed Week. It's nothing like PA Speed Week, right? But to have 35-ish guys to race 4 nights in a row, and they've got some great competition. There are some really, really good cars signed up, including a few from High Limit Racing. You've got not all of them, but a majority of the IRA Sprint Car full-time regulars. And you got some guys that are, just coming in for the week, and they have some pretty impressive resumes, right? So each one of these races will pay $6,000 to the winner. I did confirm that last night with Kevin Newton, the owner of Honest Abe Roofing. He's the guy behind the Maverick Wing Sprint Car Series. They've already had one race so far this year. It was won by Jacob Allen at the Terre Haute Action Track. Last year, they had another race at the Lincoln Park Speedway, won by Cale Thomas. And now this is their really first big week of racing here, and they combine it with IRA, which is a very, very good series based up there in Wisconsin, and they've got a great history, and they've got a great group of guys behind them, as well as a great group of full-time competitors that follow that series all over the place. So with each race paying $6,000 to win, they're all live on Flow Racing. There is no reason that people should not be watching this, especially with the weather not looking very good at Huset's this week for the next 3 nights. They could rain out each and every one of those races, and it could draw some more eyes to this series right here. And I know I'll be watching because Lincoln Park, Bloomington, Tri-State, sprint cars are going to be good on quarter-mile racetracks, and those are all some of the best tracks in the entire country. And then you got Terre Haute, which has been doing some incredible improvements to that facility here over the last couple of years. And it's interesting to see those guys get around there with the wing cars as compared to non-wing. And so, I don't know, we're going to see how it all works out, but I'm very excited to see how this works out. Now, full-timers, and this is not even all of them. Like I said, there's 35 they were telling on Facebook and things like that. These are just some of the guys that I could find via, IRA Sprint Car social media, Maverick social media. I did text a couple of guys to figure out if they were going. But here's who we got. So we got 3 guys right off the top from High Limit: Brenham Crouch, Chris Wyndham, and Jacob Allen. Jacob Allen was actually at Huset's yesterday or the day before and actually drove to Indiana to partake in this event because he looked at the weather forecast for Huset's and said, I could probably get more money made going over here. Now, other guys involved, we've got Ayrton Geniton, Thomas Meserol, who's going to be running a wing sprint car throughout the whole week, Kevin Newton, who is the owner and proprietor of the Maverick Wing Sprint Car Series, and then you've got a lot of the IRA regular guys: Scotty Neitzel, Jordan Goldsberry, Danny Schlafer, Chris Spitz, Jake Newman, Jake Blackhurst, Austin Hartman, Tyler Rankin, Scotty Thiel, and then Logan Julian. So that's not even all of the full-time guys from IRA that are going to be there. That's just a couple of them that are up there in the point standings and that I found first. Also, other guys going to be showing up. Emerson Axum, who has been really, really good all year long with the wing car. He's been great in the midget, and I think he could potentially win one of these races this week. Also, Blake Hahn's going to be there. Travis Philo, who just ran, I think, almost every night of Ohio Sprint Speedweek, he's going to be there as well. Darren Nida. You got Joel Myers Jr., Dylan Norris, who has been ran. I mean, he might have the most races ran at the end of the year of anybody else. I mean, he just ran all the Ohio Sprint Speedweek. He's running the Maverick Mayhem. He's going to go run all of PA Speedweek as well. Dylan Norris might be one of the busiest drivers in the entire country. Zane Duvall, he also ran every single night of Ohio Sprint Speedweek. Sterling Kling, you got Max Guilford, and you got Caleb Henry, who could, I think, maybe be a sleeper to win one of these races throughout this week. So really awesome list of full-timers. And then there's some guys that are supposed to be running a handful of races, 2 or 3 races throughout the week. I texted Parker Price Miller last night. He's going to run a couple of races. I saw that Brady Bacon's going to run a few. Chase Stocken's going to run a couple of them. J.J. Hickle's going to run a couple of them. They have got a lot of people excited to come race in Indiana with Wing 410 sprint cars. And it's great to see that the drivers are showing up and supporting it. Now will the fans, because we know that Indiana sprint car racing is all about non-wing. It's all about USAC. But will they come out and support these 4 events right here and maybe, get some momentum going for 410 wing sprint cars in the state of Indiana? And, and they don't have to be a high limit race. They don't have to be an outlaw race, but, things like this, IRA and Maverick, right? Try and get fans more involved with this stuff. And I think this is a great way to do it. A speed week throughout the, that whole state. And you get a list like this of drivers. I feel like it's going to be hard to fail, right? I mean, the racing, I think the racing, is going to be really good all week long. We'll just have to wait and see what the turnout is. Now, real quick, I wanted to talk about the IRA point standings because obviously they could get really shaken up here throughout this week, especially considering the amount of cars that'll be there. So Jake Blackhurst currently leads the IRA sprint car point standings right now. He has a 31-point lead over Scotty Thiel, a 93-point lead over Scotty Neitzel, a 110-point lead over last year's champion Jordan Goldsberry, and also 110 points behind is Danny Schlafer in the 25. So IRA points relatively close there. 5 guys within 110 points. And with 4 tracks coming up here that I would say a majority of the top 5 and a majority of the IRA guys really have never been to before, it could really shake things up in their point standings. So make sure to watch on Flow Racing. And if you are in the area, I already saw, I think it was, I cannot remember, maybe it was Easy Does It. One of our channel members said that he's going to be going to every single night. So make sure if you're in the area to go support this event. They've got a pretty decent purse up for grabs for $6,000 to win. And you're going to see some absolutely fantastic drivers running throughout the week. So go support it. If you can't, make sure to watch on Flow. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll have another video coming out later today doing a recap of last night's Huset's High Bank Hustle World of Outlaws race that was won by Tyler Courtney. We'll do a recap of that, and we'll do that a little bit later on tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again here very soon.